Go
I
ahead
went
and-
with Lois Newton today.
Oh, you did?
I can't believe she's so good.
Oh, there's no problem with her.
She's 98.
Wow.
She's all there.
Mhm.
Well, she's up and about. and-
Reads all the time and
Keeping it active. That's what learning that language is gonna do for you.
I know, that's what I feel like. But when I'm 100
Keeping us
and I'm
young.
twinkled, I'll know it.
You'll know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Hebrew class for you and the next one.
There was a lady that, or a girl that stopped in just right before class, and she's gonna join us next week. As we're kind of starting over, but she already knows the alphabet, she said, and so she should be able to kind of jump in, but anyway.
I'm sad Amanda's not coming anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really talked to her. I need to reach
Where's
out.
the lady from Flint?
I don't know. And she said she was gonna be gone next week too.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
We're gonna start using that book today a little bit. But oh, you don't have to bring it to class or whatever. So I'm trying to make it so you don't have to have like an entire book bag every time you come.
I'm just supposed to be working out.
Yep, you're gonna be lugging lots of stuff. But once in a while, we will bring our lesson book, but sorry, lesson scripts.
Okay.
But for the most part, don't worry about bringing anything. I'll let you know if there's something that. But yeah, all right, so 19 and 20 is what we'll kind of cover today. And then next week, we're gonna start back over. So here's the thing, we started our other virtual one back over, and we found out it might not be the best kind of pace or whatever, because the grammar is actually pretty intense. And some people were feeling it was going a little too fast. But it's not challenging enough for some of the others. And so I think what we might do is we will keep going in our, like, for example, next week, we'll watch 21, but just kind of pay
Oh.
attention to the vocab, not worry about the grammar. But then we'll do, so 21 and 1, but the lesson 1 will actually go through the grammar and really pick it up and just kind of keep going that way. So we'll do one new video and one old video, but one, don't worry about the grammar, just worry about the vocab. But on the one that we're popping back to, that's where we're gonna go into heavy grammar kind of stuff. Does that sound doable? That way we're kind of getting the best of both worlds. So today we're gonna do 19 and 20. Start off with alphabet here.
Su, su,
Su,
Bottom.
ra,
No.
ra,
Second one.
ra,
ze,
First, yeah.
o,
No, the second one. Or the- yeah.
i,
e,
Top one?
I think it's the bottom.
So this one would be ko,
maze,
The bottom one.
almost,
Almost. Second one. Oh, yeah, ma.
that first back one.
su,
Second one.
No.
Is it the second one?
Mhm.
Oh.
Su,
te, te, za,
Oh.
za,
ho,
Oh.
I put the bottom.
so this would be hu,
ta,
Huh?
da,
Ah, oh, oh. Mhm.
ta,
ka, C,
C,
A, So, Hey,
that's a hard one to pronounce. Hey, hey, hey.
How many different between the H's again? One is like back and one was forward, is that how, or one's just softer and one's harder?
Uh-huh, yeah, so, if it's a hey instead of a het, the hey, the air is freely flowing, you're not stopping it at all. But the het, if it's blocked off, if all the air is trapped inside, then it,
Oh,
Hey.
it's,
hey, hey,
okay,
versus,
it's more
Hey.
of a clear your throat.
mhm. Yep. All right, what is this?
Looking for the picture?
Mm-hmm, yeah, which one of these three words is that picture?
Second one, right?
So bar, parao, parao. So this one would be bar, soch, parat, that, it's really hard to pronounce. And this is a mem sulfite, so we automatically know that that one's wrong. Yes. Of, yep.
The first one?
Mhm. Na'ar, na'ar. So let's pronounce these other ones just to kind of get practice. So we've got no'ad, no'ad, and natach, natach. So na'ar, the youth. Oh my God. Yeah, so we're looking at for horns.
Oh,
I don't know what I got in my throat. Put some more down. As a chaser.
I think it's the bottom one. Kind of, whatever.
Mhm. So yeah, let's practice with these ones. So we got par, naim, parnaim, and we've got gar, naim, karnaim, and then we've got had, nim, hadnim.
Oh,
Yep. This one's a tricky one because we've got quite a few different little substitute things that make us think it's that one. The second one, karnaim. So we're looking here for the horns, karnaim.
oh. One.
So we've got that ah as the vowel for each of them, but then we've got a different letter for each. So we can rule this one out because this would be a t sound. So it's got to be one of these. And if it ends in a noon, the noon has to be sulfite. So it's got to be this one. So it's ein, ein. This one also, I mean, it's not correct, but it would also be pronounced ein but not with the kind of glottal stop in the front. It's a tricky one.
It's that one every time, right?
Mm-hmm, yep. All right, so the land of Egypt. Yeah, we can rule out that middle one, right? So what's the difference between the two edits?
The third letter.
Yep. So if it's a Tzayin, we know that it drops its tail as a final form. And then looking at the difference between these two, we've got meets, and then we've got me'raim. So yeah, Eretz Mitzrayim.
So here's the group of eyes again.
Yeah. So
It's the bottom one, the first one.
So yeah, so here we have the TS sound and here we have the Z sound, which sound a lot alike. But tree is with
Well,
the
this
TZ.
That's goat, right? Is it like that?
Mhm.
What is?
Yep. Is it's very similar.
These two are so close, especially like when you write them,
Oh yeah,
they're hard to,
and to distinguish between those two different ones. So like an old man, Zakain. So we can rule out this one because it's not a Vakain. Zahar,
and
Zakain. So what is Zahar? Maze Zahar? Zahar
Oh,
or
that's
Nikeba?
the, oh, yeah,
Remember what that is?
yeah,
It's been a while.
it has been, that's. yeah.
Zahar or Nikeba? Is
Maybe.
it masculine or feminine? So, I mean, technically, this could also be that, but this is the picture for Zakain. Zakain is an elder. Zakain. Zakain. Uh-huh. And then in the plural, Zakanim. Zakain, Zakanim.
Oh,
Kos. And so this is pointing out the difference between
the S and the M.
Samech and a Mem Sofit. So, Kos. Beten. Beten. Both of these other ones have that sh, or sorry, s. Beten.
I can never remember this word.
Yeah.
So is that sky or cloud?
This one's clouds.
Cloud.
Gotta be a tough one. Anan. How do you
Mhm.
say it?
Anan,
Anan.
Anan. A lot of times you'll hear her and it kind of sounds like Anan,
Uh-huh.
which
uh-huh.
is, I don't know what exactly is the
Well, if
perfect.
they don't put the P or the T or the D, it's, that, you have to guess what she said.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
Do you have headphones?
Anan.
You, sometimes you get clearer sound if you use the headphones.
Yeah. My mom
Like
just
put your
uses her
earbuds
computer
in.
and I think that she'd do better with the
Oh,
headphones.
no, Chris does.
I'll borrow his. Or I have an extra you could use.
We'll have to get the ones off the plane, but they don't work.
Yeah, no. And those are garbage anyway. Edits. Israel.
Israel.
So yeah, let's practice pronouncing all these different ones. Yep. Aran,
Aran.
Yisrael. Yep. Eretz Yisrael and Tzedek Yisrael. Tzedek.
Tzedek, is that a real word? Not really.
Nope. Tzadeh, close, but
No.
all right. Yep.
Were you guys busy at the center today?
There was one family that came in early, and then they had that class downstairs. There was a few people for that. But yeah, other than that, not
Are
so
you
much.
doing the classes on Sunday?
Just the missionary ones, but
Yeah.
nobody comes to them. Just
No.
crazy. Yeah, 'cause I don't know, but I get it. People are busy. It's kind of weird timing.
Okay. Oh, which one's, where's Shalom? That's peace.
I know, that's what I wanted to.
Yeah.
So this one's all about numbers.
Shalom,
It's all about what?
Numbers.
Oh,
Number two.
Dang,
So
yeah,
shalosh,
Shalosh.
That's
Oh,
Shtayim.
Shalosh.
achat.
Uh-huh.
Shalosh.
Oh,
Oh, I guess this one's not all about numbers. Gotta get rid of this stupid part.
wait, that wasn't Shalosh, was it? It
I
had a
thought
T
that
in
was
it.
three.
Shalosh was the top
Oh.
one,
Oh,
but Shtaim was the
Shtaim.
second.
Okay, it's time.
one.
Wow, I gotta review my numbers. This is.
So Nachash Ra. Oth Ha Shamayim. Dagat Chayam. Oth Hashamayim. So what does that say in English?
Birds in the
Number
sky.
five.
Mhm.
Well, let's see, this is on hot. Stone. To hot. Edit, no, hot,
You're so good.
What is it?
Your tongue got.
What's,
It's-
reds, I can never remember.
It's. Yep, so the tree.
Stone to hot, howet.
It's. Yep. Habakar. Ahare. Ahar.
Huh.
Ha'anan Bashamayim. So yeah, we've got Chatzon Tahat Chaetz. So this one's a river in this picture.
The hot.
Nahar. So we've got Narot, Narim, and Narot. So we can rule out the second one. And then Rabot and Rabim.
Bravo.
So we've got Rabot. So the women, old women, and goats are our only exceptions, and so this one would carry the same ot. Those women and goats.
The dog.
So here's 4 of them.
Dog.
You know what it's called?
Mhm.
Oh,
Good, good dog.
thought it was Doug. Like my mechanic. Let's see. This is gonna be Hayam. No, this is, oh, it's 4 sections.
Number one.
Arba'a Klavim Shalosha Yamim Arba'a Dagim.
What do you call it? Dagim? That it's on.
Oh, and,
Yeah. I think. Is that right?
I don't know. It's either the first one or the last one.
Edits.
I think it's the last one. But Ra'a versus Ra.
Three is what?
Shalosh.
Four.
Oh, you're gonna start chiming in now?
Oh, did you hear that? I, sorry.
It's a little louder. Ba, ba. That'd be the last one, right? Wow, I forgot to
Arba.
have that at the end. Arba.
so what's the first two say?
What?
Shoot.
Oh, never mind. It was never made up with.
Yeah.
Right, I need a clue. No, oh, Kadon. Mhm. Oh. Wait. We just did this one.
Not be the last one, I'll be the first two.
Oh, it's gotta be. Gotta be the middle, right? No, that's not it. Oh, this is the one that has the oat. It's the first one.
Yep.
Zim,
So
ha-
Ha'izim, so that's an exception, right? The goat's the exception. So even though it's feminine, in the plural, we're making it into a masculine, but we have to keep the feminine adjective.
no.
Ha'izim hakatanot.
Hakatanot.
Yep. And so this one would be Ha'izim hagadolim, which it would need to be hagadolot, but that would mean the big goats, right?
Mhm. Okay. Zim. Zim. Sade, huh? Zim. Right, Susim, Rabim, Vasadeh. Is that what you
Mhm.
have?
Because Susim follows the regular pattern, so this oat would cancel it out. And they're not in Bayam.
Are you
Must
at the
have.
point you can like recognize words? You know how you no longer have to sound out the letters? You go, oh.
I would say about like 70% of the time.
Oh.
But yeah, there's some things that I'm like, sound that out. Okay, yep. Yeah,
We're first graders.
yeah.
Or kindergartners now, I guess. Well, he's on the roof. Ishan. Oh, Ish. no. Ish. Oh. Blade. Yeah.
So we can rule out this one, because Isha. So Tat or Al.
Oh, this is so hard to say for me. I cannot do it.
Al. Yeah, everything with the Ain is crazy. Al.
Oh, really?
Oh, Bitten. What are we looking at? A Hamor? Bitten.
Hamor. So this is one thing that our online group, we caught it like quite a ways in. We didn't realize that Hamor starts with a Hamor, not Hamor. So it's a het. So when you put the article in front of it, it's Hamor. Hamor. It's a tricky one. Hamesh. Hamesh.
The one?
Yeah.
Hot.
The middle one.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, to some easier things. Oh, I guess this isn't, I thought it was easier because we were going to like vocabulary.
We're all together. Yell it out loud, Darlene. Oh, oh, it's a cud. Hobbit. Ish. No.
Yesh
לאישה
לאישה כד,
כד.
yesh לאישה כוס.
That's
Cod.
all.
But what is this l?
No. Oh,
It's a
that's right, it's
possessive.
she,
So it's her jar.
her.
So it's not just a jar or the jar, it's her jar.
Not each. Not each. The mom. Not each. Really? I thought it was low for a man. Is that a girl? No. Each.
So that's if you're just talking about the actual possessive pronoun,
Mhm.
but this one, we're not using a possessive pronoun. We are just putting a possessive marker along with, and that was
So it's
e.
not specific to any one
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah, so just putting the L in front of a word will make it, so la'ish, but if you were wanting to use the possessive pronoun, then you would say lo. So yesh lo gamal would
Mhm.
be yes, his camel,
Oh,
but
La is just the,
mhm.
oh, that's right, cause it's,
So
La
the
plus-
man's camel. So la is basically like putting an apostrophe s at the end.
okay. Wait, is that where they did the la plus the ha is la or something?
Yeah. So
Le.
le with a shava underneath of it,
Okay,
plus
the
ha,
is la.
la.
Okay,
Same thing with ba, right?
yeah.
So ba is the preposition, just a single b, but ba plus ha is ba,
Like
ba bite. So instead of going ba ha bite, which is fine in the kindergarten context, right? But ba bite.
Well, she kind of does that when she says it.
Mhm,
She does it slow, then she does it middle, and then she says it how it should be.
yeah.
Oh, yes. La yellow.
Yep. יש לילד כיסא, יש לילדה כיסא.
Dog, that's more than one boy.
Yelda is a girl.
Yeah.
That was the girl.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
ילדה. So ילד, ילדה. So יש להם, the mothers, בת, יש לאב בן. Oh, it's a tiny little
Oh,
fish.
there's your Doug. Oh, maybe this dog, I don't know. Doug.
What is it,
Oh.
dog or duck?
Yum.
For a fish?
Fish,
Dog.
dog.
Oh, it is Doug?
Mhm.
Oh,
Dog, daga.
It is
Well, he's got a scar on his finger.
I didn't even notice.
Pretty good one.
Yep. Hadag bayam, hadag bayad.
Hands.
האוכלים במדבר,
Mhm.
האוכלים בשדה.
No, that one.
במדבר.
He's getting a drink, that sounds good right now.
Yep. הילדה במים, ההמור במים.
It is.
הר ובית, רץ ובית. רץ ובית. בר ומים, כבש ומים. אישה ופרות, אישה ufara. Farot would be plural, so
Oh,
ufara is that singular.
Wait, why does it change to an U with the
Daga. So anytime that it's in front of a beged kefetz, it's
Oh.
going to switch over.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't have that yet, but we'll get there. Aetz ugamalim,
Mhm.
nahar ugamalim.
What was it?
Aetz,
Yes.
mhm. Aetz ugamalim, nahar ugamalim.
Kenneth Meyer.
Yep.
Bait uzakanim, yam uzakanim. Bait uzakanim.
What's fine?
House.
Oh, yes.
We need to go back to lesson 1.
Yes.
It's been a long time for that vocab,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Bait unaarim, ochel unaarim. Bait unaarim. Very good.
I like doing.
המלך
Sure.
ע-
That was loud. What did you say?
I like doing tests with you. I'll get a.
Yeah.
המלך על הכיסא.
Melech al hakiseh. The king. Hamelech al hakiseh.
הכלב תחת הכיסא.
Kelev tahat hakiseh. They make these quizzes a little too easy. Because I wish there was a dog in each one of them.
Tahat?
Hakelev tahat hakiseh. So kiseh is chair or throne.
אברהם אחרי הכיסא.
Yep.
Say it again.
Avram ahare hakiseh. So prepositions. So in, what is it? B. In front of,
Between,
lifnei, behind,
aha,
ahare, to the side,
Leah.
leyad, so yad, leyad,
Oh, that's right, Leah.
yeah,
and then on top of,
all,
al, and under, tahat, hat.
Wait, Tahat.
האיש
Yep.
What's
Un-
behind? Tahat.
Ahare
Ahare and
and
Tahat.
tahat. Mhm.
Ahare.
האיש ליד הכיסא.
I'm
הכיסא לפני הבית. איה החמור אשר בדרך.
So what is asher? Did we pick up on that? It's a tricky one. Because it seems like they're just throwing in an extra word for no reason.
That's in 20, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's one of my
Shit.
questions.
That means what?
I don't know, what does it mean?
Asher means that is. So the donkey that is in the road. Aye hahamor asher baderech. So where is the donkey that is in the road?
איה הנחש אשר ביד איש.
Aye hanahash asher bayad ish.
Means, Asher means what?
uh-huh.
Is. So
So-
aye, where
Where?
is ha nahash asher that is bayad ish.
איה הצאן אשר במדבר.
Aye hatzon asher that is bamidbar.
איה האיש אשר בבית.
האיש בבית.
איה האישה אשר על הסוס.
Uh-huh.
איה הילד אשר על הפר.
Which is like,
Yeah,
ah.
I know, I couldn't go.
איה הילדה אשר על שפת הנהר.
Okay, so that's a long old sentence. Aye ha yalda. So where's the little girl? Asher
Is
al
on
safat
the lip of the
Safat.
water,
hanahar.
Just
Oh, no.
putting it.
Nahar.
lip of the river,
On the lip of the river.
Yeah.
Hanahar.
Aye.
That's okay, Hanahar.
Yeah, hanahar. Yep. Aye hayalda asher al safat hanahar.
So do they put the question mark at the end like we do?
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's just gonna be something that she adds in there to denote, hey, I'm asking a question here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you normally wouldn't put that in there.
איה המלך אשר זקן.
In biblical Hebrew. Modern Hebrew does use a question mark.
Is the king that is.
Uh,
Asher, sorry. Aye hamelech asher zaken.
The king, so as a king, what does that really translate to? Old?
Elder.
Elder, oh,
Mhm.
elder, that's right.
Zaken,
Like
elder.
elders of Israel.
Mhm.
King.
Elders of Israel or old people, Zekenim, the old wise ones. But yeah, a direct translation, elder. Elderly.
איה הדג אשר בים.
Hadag asher.
time.
איה השמיים אשר יש בהם שמש.
This is the one, I could never figure this out. A yay, where?
Aye hashamayim.
In the,
Sky.
So where's the sky? Asher. So it's
Let's
not
see.
in the sky, it's just the
Where-
sky.
the sky.
Asher hashamayim asher yesh. So what is yesh?
Existent.
Yeah, a positive existence.
There exists
Bahem. What is him?
him.
So
Is that the-
he, she, him, hem.
They.
So they, but masculine. Hem and henna would be the feminine. Hem, henna. Bahem, shemesh.
Which is fun.
Can
Can you put that in English? Let me hear it. Okay,
So where is the sky that exists in him a sun?
Wow.
It's a really hard,
And is that like normally how they're gonna say that? I do
Yeah,
not like
that's-
that At all.
that's a good,
So when you're saying a sun, we're not talking about the sun, we're talking about
yeah, the
what
sun.
is the sun?
Mhm. Yep.
I gotta take a picture of that one.
Aye hashamayim asher yesh bahem. So what is yesh bahem? There exists
There
like a
exists
positive existence, bahem in him,
in
or
him.
or sorry, in them, but in the masculine, in them.
So what's the them they're
Yeah.
referring to, the sky?
So it exists in them. So the
What are you
heavens,
referring- Oh,
Oh,
the
okay.
heavens.
the heavens or the sky. So in English, we do ourselves a disservice by putting it into a singular sky,
Yeah,
because everywhere else we're talking about the heavens as being plural.
okay,
So yeah.
okay, that, okay.
Aye hashamayim asher yesh bahem shamayim. That is in them a sun. Yeah, pretty tricky. All right.
Whew, got one again. That was a good one.
Yep. Okay, so
The longer the sentence, the harder it is for me to figure.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and
Without a picture.
Exactly, especially
sure.
without a picture.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting when we start doing that, right? Where as soon as you start hearing something and it's like 3 words and then there's a fourth word, our mind automatically goes, too much.
Well, that's exactly why.
Stop listening.
Then you put 5 or 6 up there and then.
Yep, I'm done.
Yeah, I couldn't put the yes and anyway,
Mhm.
I couldn't make that sentence ever work out.
Yeah, it is real tricky. But I mean, you guys are doing excellent with that.
So what I need to do, because I just listen to it while I walk and look on my phone as I walk.
Yeah, and try not to fall down.
Yeah.
That's a good review, probably.
So this is my proposal for our work. So each week that we do a new lesson to learn the vocab, right? So this is my proposal for next week, lesson 21. But we go back to lesson 1 and really dive into the grammar and get it down good. And then I would like to
Well, we just listened, not
21 and like do the quizzes as far as like vocabulary goes. So like when they introduce kise or, you know, put new little words in there, memorize those, but don't worry about like complicated grammar. It'll be fine. Because we'll eventually come back and catch the grammar for it. And then I would like to start reading a chapter of this each week. So a chapter is like a page. I mean, it's not much.
What is
So
that?
this is the feasts and festivals of the Messiah. So taking each of the feast days of the Lord and kind of lining them out.
Where do I get that? Do we have to get it on Amazon?
You can get it on Amazon or Cedar Fort, but I'll be putting the actual chapters on our Google Classroom. So you don't have to necessarily buy the book, but if you want it, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, you'll have them, so we just read off.
Since it's only just like that one is 4 pages long, this one's 3, this one's just 2. Like they're really small chapters.
I wanna take a picture.
So today we'll kind of talk about the introduction, but I think that would be very helpful to kind of
Thank you.
start getting us in the mode of remembering the feast days more often, rather than just on the feast day itself. And then I would like to start reading parts of the Torah portion each week. So we don't have to know what we're reading, we're just practicing sight reading.
So is this what this is, or what is this?
You know, this is a concordance, which is the next part of it, which is the word
So we
study.
need to get a Bible.
Or you can use the
Use the-
Haktavim online,
Yeah.
which I really
Give us
recommend.
the link to the online one.
Okay.
It's in
I'll
there.
have to look.
But you know, this is gonna take a little bit getting used to, because I mean, you're going to this book and then this book and then, so I want to kind of break us in slowly. But tonight, let's read together the introduction. It'll be just really brief. And then the Torah portion for this week, which is Naso. So they have kind of like a come follow me curriculum, right? Where all Jews all around the world are studying the exact same thing each week. And so this week, they put kind of like the whole thing into a name. They name each of their weeks of the Torah portion.
Is this that Bible?
Yep. Yeah, this is that one, the Student
Okay.
Proficiency Reader's Edition.
Here,
So I brought
okay.
these so that you could take a look at them if you wanted to. I'm still trying to find a good deal. There was one on Amazon that went on sale, but then it got out of stock before I could buy it. But these are normally like 60 to 80 bucks, but every once in a while they'll go on sale. So if they do, I'll scoop them up and we can get them. But
Okay.
this is the lexicon and this is a concordance. And so in our final portion, we're going to do a word study where we're just going to take one word that we've read this week and we're going to look it up in the concordance and the lexicon and just really kind of flesh out what that word means in its full context. And so we can kind of get used to that process because they're really fun. But so just really quickly,
So what's the numbers?
so like Genesis, Exodus, Numbers,
Oh, is what this is?
yeah, is what
That's
Naso
where
is.
they're at right now.
Yep, so all Jews all around the world this week, starting last Friday evening, they're reading Numbers 4:21 through 7:89.
So do they do, is it the Torah? So the 5 books of Moses is
Uh-huh.
what they do every year?
Yep, so as we look down, they end at the new year. So they have a political new year and an
Oh.
ecclesiastical new year. One's in the spring and one's in the fall. And so their Torah portions
Mhm.
end here with that fall feasts.
Okay.
And then we start back over with Bereshit, which is in the beginning.
Beginning.
And then we start back over and go through again.
So is that according to the, which calendar? The political?
Yeah, so that one's gonna be your political calendar there.
Okay.
It's in the fall there. So yeah, just really quickly, this one's not too long, but just an introduction into this book. Linda Cherry is a really good friend of mine that we work on a few little things together, but we'll have her pop on every once in a while to kind of
Oh,
help
fun.
us with that. But yeah, she does amazing things. I think she was raised Presbyterian Methodist. I don't know. I can't remember what she was, but and then converted to the gospel when she was a teenager. But anyway, so what are the feasts and festivals of the Messiah? Aren't they just Jewish holidays that are defunct since the law of Moses is fulfilled and the Jerusalem temple destroyed? When Jehovah, who is Jesus Christ, met with Moses at Mount Sinai, he gave detailed instructions on the building of the tabernacle or temple and its services that included 7 holy feast days or convocations to be kept by all the children of Israel. The timings, dates, sacrifices, and rituals surrounding these feasts are explained in Leviticus 23, where the Lord includes the instructions that the feast days shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. While the instruction to keep the feast days forever was given to all of Israel, only the Jews, as one of the distinct tribes of Israel, have continued to honor and celebrate them today. This is likely because most of the remaining tribes of Israel were assimilated into the countries that conquered them and have lost the memory of their familial and covenantal roots. Ezekiel prophesies of a restoration of the feast days during the millennium, and Zechariah specifically names the feast of Tabernacles as a feast that will be kept and honored by all the nations of the earth during the millennial reign of Christ. During the last few decades, Messianic Jews, or in other words, Jews who believe that Jesus or Yeshua is the Messiah, have brought more attention to the feast days, and a number of their websites are dedicated to the study of the festivals as symbolic of their mission of the Messiah. A quick scan through Amazon reveals that many Christian writers have also begun to show a keen interest in the ancient feasts and festivals and their obvious connection to Jesus Christ. However, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints may have a unique perspective in recognizing the prophetic nature of the feasts and their fulfillment, not only in the atonement of Jesus Christ, but also in the restoration of sacred doctrine and keys. Not only did Joseph Smith receive the plates of the Book of Mormon on the Feast of Trumpets, but the appearance of Elijah at the Kirtland Temple corresponded to the Passover promise of his return. The Book of Mormon itself reveals a people who honored and kept the ancient feast days, where King Benjamin followed the traditions of the Feast of Tabernacles, and Alma appears to have followed the tradition of teaching his sons during the Passover ritual. When we recognize that the dates coincide with important events in church history, and that the spring and fall feast days often overlap with the spring and fall general conferences of the church, we might regard these ancient temple celebrations with curiosity and interest.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I wonder if General Conference will be the Feast of Tabernacles.
Yeah, for sure. Why does the Lord care so much about specific dates, and what are we to learn about the fact that he does? What do the ancient feasts and festival days teach us about the foreordained mission of the Savior Jesus Christ? How can studying the feast days help us to have greater appreciation for the sacrament and ordinance that Jesus instituted during a Passover meal? In the feast days, if the feast days are to be kept during the millennium, as prophesied, how can we better understand their role in our worship? Can studying them help us to prepare for the second coming? Lastly, as Israelites who were commanded to remember them forever, how can we teach our families about the feast days and help them recognize them as a further witness of God's great plan of salvation? So she goes kind of methodically through each of them and explains where the Messiah is in all of their observances, kind of a thing. But yeah, that was something really interesting to me that as we'll read the chapters for homework. We won't like read them in class, but we'll just come together and spend 5, maybe 10 minutes just kind of discussing the little piece that we read.
You're gonna put those online until we get the.
Yep. Yeah. And so the book's laid out in order. It kind of starts at the beginning, but anyway, it hit me like a ton of bricks when people started pointing out that the feast days are to be kept forever, as a statute forever. If you take that same phrase throughout the entire Old Testament, there's many things that the Lord said that he was going to do away with, but there's many things that he said, no, this is going to be forever. This is my statute forever. And the feast days are one of the things that will be kept forever. And it was like, well, how come we're not doing it then? You know, it's just kind of interesting. But we have many prophets that said they will be at least in effect during the millennium, but that the ongoing restoration will start to bring them back, kind of a thing. So I was like, huh, interesting. But it is an interesting word study that we'll do probably midway through the book or whatever, that phrase, to be kept as a statute forever. Because the word, like the law of Moses has an end in me. An end doesn't mean that it's over. It means that it has purpose in me. And so he didn't come to abolish the feast days. He came to give purpose and light to them. Now do you realize what I've had you been celebrating this whole time? This, the atonement to everything. So anyway, very interesting kind of insights that we'll kind of catch on to there. So yeah, the Torah portion this week is called Naso. And so we're just going to get some practice sight reading. We're going to pull up Numbers 4:21. You're more than welcome if anybody wants to do this, but I'm going to pop it up online.
So would it be beneficial to open the English Bible and like side by side or?
You could, if you want to know what you're reading. This exercise is mostly just to practice sight reading, but
Okay.
yes, for sure. Like that's the whole point of reading the scriptures, just to understand them, right? So yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a page for me. Numbers.
Yeah, so let's bring up Hactavim.
Word for numbers. Hectavim.
Hactavim
that's
is just
the-
the name of the website
right.
here.
Oh, Isaiah. Oh, it has it over here. Okay.
Does it have it in English too?
Yeah.
Yeah, start back here.
Oh,
Yeah, it starts at
that's
the
the
back.
problem.
Yeah, you start at the back.
Numbers.
Yep, numbers.
21, again, 29.
So here is the word for numbers.
Mm,
Bama.
Bam-
Just a second.
Bam-
Bamad Bad. Bamad Bad. I should know this. What is the word
Is
for
it a
numbers?
B or a V?
I know, and especially without vowels. So
Oh,
yeah,
Like, oh, they don't do the dots. Oh,
yeah, they don't do any of the dots. So this could be a B or a V. And
Oh, they do
we
the
could have the
dots here,
vowels.
though.
Uh-huh, but
It's
not for the
there.
titles of it.
Um,
But yeah, so let's just start at the beginning of numbers. I know it was numbers 4 and then verse 21. Could go down there, so
Where do you find numbers 4? Is that numbers 4 right there that you were looking at?
Please.
yep. So up here, you click on the actual
Oh, number 3, I see.
piece right here. So you click on this and you can go anywhere. So I clicked on numbers and then click on 4. And that brings me to this. So Dalet is 4, right? So Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet. Dalet means 4. 4.
Oh, okay.
And so now we're going down to 21.
21.
So I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit.
So
And,
this is a site we can bring up on the computer.
and I'll put the link to this there on the Google Classroom. But we're gonna try to do this every single week so that we get practice going to it and, you know, kind of
Right.
become second nature.
So would it be a good idea to get one of these?
If you want to, you know, it's an investment, but what was it, like $60, I think,
I got
something like that.
53 I must
Oh,
have looked it
53,
up.
yeah,
I must have looked it up, but
53
it was
bucks.
on sale, may not be.
But yeah, I don't know. I tended to go to this one because it has you can have it read to you. And so I find myself going here.
Read to you?
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. So let's play the,
במדבר, פרק ד'. וידבר אדוני אל משה ואל אהרון לאמור.
נשוא את ראש בני קהת מתוך בני לוי, למשפחותם לבית אבותם, מבין 30 שנה ומעלה ועד
Look at that.
yep. So you can choose what speed you want, and you can choose if you want the background music or not.
That's cool.
oh,
Because this one you can notice.
50 שנה, כל בעל הצבא לעשות מלאכה באוהל מועד.
So this is online? that we can
Uh-huh.
go down.
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
so I'll put the link in the Google Classroom so that we can easily click on it each week. But yeah, this is a great one. So we'll actually do some sight reading here in class, but I encourage you to do it daily, a little portion, whatever you'd like.
Time to do one, come follow me. I gotta read the Hebrew. And Abraham, and I've got quilts to be.
Hey, I missed you at Spanish class.
Oh,
Oh,
there's no way, no way, I
don't
can't,
know,
I would love to do
I have-
Spanish, because to me, you'd be very useful, really,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But I can't do that in Hebrew, I would be
You
so
had a ton of
confused.
people show up too, right?
there's a lot, holy
Really?
cow. So we had the whole basement, every chair was there, and then we brought chairs from upstairs
Down
down.
here?
Every chair
Yeah.
was.
Oh, that's exciting for you, that means.
Yeah,
that's
so it was
wonderful.
like, there was 47, I think,
Holy
that showed up for it.
cow.
And I don't know, I didn't even look online. Did you notice if other people?
I didn't
Because
notice.
at a certain point, they just started turning people away and said, here's the Zoom link if you want to go watch it.
Really?
And so I really don't know how many, but we had
That's
47
awesome.
there in class. But then, so we're, instead of just Thursday afternoons, we're gonna do a Tuesday afternoon as well to kind of split it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You are amazing.
No, I'm glutton for his
Really,
son.
amazing.
No, that's what I said, how in the world do you keep things?
I don't know, but 3 languages at once is kind of tricky,
Oh.
actually, because right from the Spanish class, then I go over to the English class and stuff, which anyway, that's a story and a story and a story.
English is hard to teach,
It's really hard to teach because like,
because all the exceptions, yeah.
Thank goodness I was born. with it.
I know, right? Thank goodness I was born with English because it's a really hard thing to pick up at secondly.
And I spent the week with my grandkids. My granddaughter, who's 8, kept correcting me on how I was saying my words in English. Her brother used to do that years ago, and now she's doing it. And I wanted to just say, I don't know how many times, Mimo, that's not right. Couldn't say
You
garbage
want me here or not?
They don't like how you say garbage?
to me. I don't know, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dear.
funny.
So I'll learn Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
So what speed? The slowest you can get?
0.5.
I mean, but- You know,
Not real
that's really
deep.
interesting, because as he was saying it, he said ba midbar, so ba midbar
Oh, Bamidbar.
in the desert,
Ah.
which is
Oh,
part of that Torah portion. So they have their Torah portions, their individual weeks that are named, but then they have an overarching section, and this is called ba midbar. We're in the desert now.
And
So the
is
Israelites are in the
fourth-
desert.
Oh,
Yep.
fourth In the desert one?
Uh-huh, yep, so as I zoomed
Maybe we
in,
couldn't figure out that was midbar.
yeah, Bamidbar. I was like
Midbar.
trying to think
Makes sense,
numbers,
yeah.
but wasn't registering.
Hmm.
But which, now that I'm remembering it, they don't name numbers. We're the ones that name it numbers. They call it in the desert.
Oh, that's what, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Bamidbar.
interesting.
I'd forgotten that.
Which makes more sense, honestly.
And like Genesis, Bereshit, like in the beginning.
Beginning.
So like the
Which kind
Torah.
of, that's what Genesis means, though.
Uh-huh, yeah, but sometimes we're kind of disassociated from the
Yeah.
English word. We just
Yeah,
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers.
Mhm.
But anyway,
yeah.
yeah, Bamidbar, Berek Dalet, Berek chapter Dalet, which is 4. All right, and then we're gonna go down to 21 for our Torah portion here.
Okay.
So let's practice
We'll
this.
see here on the
So how
screen.
so there's a lot
Oh.
of new dots and diacritics, but just do the ones that we know. So va, yad, ber, vayad ber. Whoops. As I'm zoomed in. So if you click on a word, then it'll go laver. Just being really tells you all the different kind of things. So utter would probably be one of our words here. This one you just want to memorize. Yod He Vav He. So Yahweh.
Oh, what?
That God.
Mhm. So anytime you come across that word, a Jew is going to say Adonai. but I don't know, I've never caught on to
Oh,
that.
because it's Jesus's name?
Yeah,
Yahweh?
so I mean, it's so
So they
sacred
say
that
it.
they don't say it.
Oh, that's right.
They'll either spell it out, Yod He Vav He, or they'll say Adonai, which means master. Adonai. So, Va Yadber Yahweh El Moshe Moshe. מה זה משה? Moshe, Moses,
Wow.
Moshe,
What's L? Is that like Ele? No?
El. uh-huh.
Moshe.
Yeah, so it's a complicated grammar concept here, but basically that Yahweh himself is speaking to Moses.
Okay.
Say Jesus, no.
L'amour. L'amour. No.
Lemor, Lemor, Lemor.
Ooh, look at that. We did one verse.
What is the hyphen in here in the E21? Yeah, or there, what does that actually mean?
It acts just kind of like an English hyphen. So
Okay.
it's just kind of, it's tying that word to that word so that you know that this one isn't tying to this one, it's tying to this one.
Okay.
So is that a S or a scene or a sheen?
Uh-huh, yeah, so it has this weird middle one that we're not familiar with, but so it's a scene. So naso, naso, et, brioche, brioche, B'nai, B'nai.
You know that one?
Gershon, Gershon, so B'nai Gershon, so Gershon, we would say in English, the children of Gershon. So this Torah portion is going to be doing a census or a count of the children of Gershon. B'nai Gershon. Gam, so what is Gam? And also Hem,
Them,
so
also them.
and their Labite and their houses.
Oh,
So the heads of the houses as well as their children and their wives and kids and everything.
let's see, as long as we read this with you. then.
And that's the thing. We're just trying to pick up sounds. I'm putting in commentary, sorry.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Avotam. La mishpatotam. La mishpachotam. That's not a tongue twister at all.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
That day.
Let's click on that and see. So circle of relatives, a class, a species kind of thing. Laha,
So the-
mitam,
A tribe, that's the tribe.
Does it ever have where you can
mishpotam.
say it? Will it?
So you could play it
Play it,
and
and
just
then-
kind of follow along with it.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
what
my
I would
God,
recommend
okay.
is probably spend 5 minutes just trying to sound out things and then spend 5 minutes just playing it and kind of trying to keep up.
Hadn't heard after a while, it came to sense.
Well, this last week, because while I was gone, I didn't really get to study.
Yeah.
So this,
Yeah.
since I've been back starting Wednesday, I have listened to it all of it over and over again. And yes,
Mhm. It
today
gets
I
there.
just couldn't.
Yeah.
And then you come here, yeah.
Well, but I wanted to be here. But yeah, after so long, yeah, you do, I just start hitting.
Yeah, and
Well,
make sure you to
yeah,
take the
both,
break
yeah,
and
yeah.
give your brain
Yeah.
a rest. But yeah, so I would recommend,
Okay.
at least once a week, spend 5 minutes reading, 5 minutes listening, kind of thing. But if you want to do it more, I try to do this every day, just a little tiny piece of the Torah portion, just to kind of get my brain in it. But it's a really difficult process. But the more that you can do it, the more that alphabet really solidifies. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan there. Let's do really quickly the quiz for the NASO. So on Chabad.org, Chabad is kind of the go-to spot for Jews. Whether you're Reform or Orthodox or whatever, they all kind of go to Chabad.org to keep up with the Torah portions. Chabad.org. And I'll put this link on there because this one rabbi has been putting these quizzes on for each Torah portion, which I find really interesting. It's not like we're not trying to totally memorize everything, but this whole Torah portion, what's all in it? So what does naso mean? And lift the head. So when you lift your head, we can count you. So it means to take a census. Naso. And then it'll give you, if you want to go look more into that specific thing. So what was the unique task of the clan of Gershon specified in our Parsha? So Parsha is the Torah portion. Yeah, transporting the temple curtains and drapes. They had a very important part in all of that. So what was the unique task of the clan of Merari specified in the Parsha? Likewise, the heavy beams and sockets. Where was the man who had an impure discharge sent? So outside the Levite camp. What was done for a sota, or in other words, a woman whose husband accused her of being unfaithful? This is a really interesting in this Torah portion. So she was given bitter waters to drink, which would determine her innocence. One way or another, if it turned out this way.
And how would they
you're done.
think that would help?
Well, if she died, that was it. She
Mhm.
wasn't faithful, isn't that right?
Yeah, if she drank the bitter waters and died, then God judged her.
Yeah. Yeah, I read that somewhere.
Yeah, which, like, we as Latter-day Saints just don't read the Torah very much, I mean, we read the Torah in, like, what is it, 6 weeks in our Come Follow Me program? I mean, the 5 books of Moses, I
Yes.
mean, we just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we'll hyper focus on, actually coming out of Egypt, but then we're right back into boom, boom, boom. So I find it really interesting to study these stories from people who, this is their life, this is Torah, kind of a thing. They know these inside and out.
Well,
yeah.
not only given what, if I remember right, reading about this, when they brought him in as adulteress, they tied him up with ropes,
Mhm.
give him the bitter water and threw rocks at him, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if they survive.
But they're tied up too. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I've
quite,
never heard of it. Oh,
but to be accused of adultery back then was very
yeah, it was-
crazy. I mean, you just didn't do it, but can you imagine if we implemented that today? Yeah. Okay, so what was placed in these bitter waters? So let's see, which is interesting because the red heifer ashes really do come into play in other things, but not in this one.
You talked about the red.
Yeah, the red heifer is everything. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But anyway, so earth from the tabernacle floor and the erasings of an oath written on a scroll. So you'd have the oath written on a scroll, erase it, and the little shavings that come off of it, you mix that with the tabernacle floor, and that's your bitter water. And if you die,
Oh, ash,
that's
what it was, huh?
the oath written on the scroll and the tabernacle. The red heifer was the like sackcloth and ashes. That was what would cleanse you from that. So what 3 activities were forbidden to the Nazarite? Yeah. So imbibing grapes.
I'd say the dead body.
Yep, and coming in contact with a dead body. They could not do that. What is the final word of the priestly blessing? So, do you remember what the priestly blessing is? So once a year, they would go into the high priest would go into the inner part of the sanctuary and come back out and pronounce the blessing upon the people. And he would leave them with shalom. How many wagons did the princes of the tribes donate to the tabernacle? This is a really weird one, but every 2 princes gave one of them. And then which of the following is true? each prince gave a unique offering, or they gave identical ones, or they mixed and matched. But yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's what I wanted to do was identical offerings.
Oh, they did that.
Yeah, everybody did their identicals.
Huh.
But yeah, anyway,
Only got 9 out of 10, we better take that one.
yeah. But anyway, I really liked,
Mhm.
you know, I might not have time this entire week to read the full Torah portion, but I like coming here through the quiz and just kind of, oh,
So
interesting.
this is for the whole week?
Uh-huh, yep. So that, Numbers 4 through
Oh,
7
it's
part
for
right
the
there.
whole week, yeah.
That's what we're studying this week, and that was a quiz from that. But yeah. So we'll do those kind of parts in class. But if you want to mainly, this is the only thing that you would add to your home study. Kind of a thing. So we're gonna watch 21 this week, as well as one with both of these, the grammar lesson and the lesson script. And then do the quiz and stuff for 21. And again, I'll put all that on.
Start at the back.
These ones start at the front, unfortunately.
Should have done it when Okay, we watch that, we listen, and then
It'll be on the classroom.
So the main three things is watch 21 and do the quiz, do one with these two manuals, and then read chapter 1 from this book this week.
So this goes over everything she says. Is
Actually,
that right?
we should have read the introduction as homework and not read it in class. Oh, well, I'll put that, I'll adjust it.
So this is just everything she said,
Uh-huh.
it's written.
Yep, exactly. So this is like the subtitles to the videos. So watch the video with the subtitles and then read through the grammar lesson. And we're gonna really do this in class. This is gonna be the bulk of our class.
So where's the grammar lesson? Is it just have like this?
Yeah, so.
So go back farther.
Lesson 1.
Oh, okay, I see. It goes back farther. These are the chapters.
So lesson 1, we're gonna be talking about interrogatives, so what, where, kind of thing. Definite articles and adjectives for this time.
Okay.
But I'll have the flashcards and everything for us for that, but
Oh, they're gone.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. What are these dots? Are they just, do they mean anything? Or they're just printing something happened?
what lesson's that on? I don't
It's
think
the-
I've ever seen it.
Second, maybe? Yeah. okay.
Let me pull that up really quick.
Oh, yeah, there they
Like,
are.
is this something I should know or is this just nothing?
And some are red, some
this
are
is
black.
overwhelming, you guys. It's gonna be fun.
Let's see. There.
Abraham plus McFarland, like you're saying, plus podcast, plus Abraham, plus.
And then be gone 3 weeks and really.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
I
what?
know, I
Oh,
forgave.
Not my relaxing.
Pauline. Got the goats.
Yeah, so the emojis didn't print out properly,
Okay,
darn it.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, they are
Oh,
highlighted with the different
yeah.
colors,
so they're little
but
pictures.
in the book here that's
Can you
printed,
tell what they are? No, they're just dots.
yeah, these ones are just dots, but you know, in that first couple lessons, she probably put some emojis there, but anyway, we'd be able to read it at least. and-
Yeah.
Because
and
it's the
see.
colored part.
Mhm.
So I guess I need to take those pens and write.
Need to draw. Get your calligraphy pen out. And draw that little sheet. Yeah, all these are in, just happened to be that one, isn't it?
Yeah, just those little emojis there.
Okay,
Oh,
Cool.
thank you.
I
Yep.
forgot, we can do it online too, huh?
These, yeah. So these are, let me pull that up really quick.
Well,
So,
when I pulled
you
them up,
have
they're
them-
so little, I couldn't see it. 'Cause I-
Really?
Yes, because I printed the first one off just because,
You have those on every lesson, right?
yep. So on every lesson here, if you click into it, there's the video, but there's also the grammar lessons and the lesson scripts.
see,
But-
this is what, when I printed that out, I can't even hardly see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's really
books
little, isn't
on
it?
the List would be good too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's what she's got there,
What is it?
but it prints out pretty tiny.
But it printed out really tiny and I can't hardly read it.
Oh, that'd be good to go through too.
And so I've got flashcards for each of these as we go through back to the grammar stuff. We're going to be taking a look at the words with vowels and also without vowels, so that we can kind of somewhat get used to
Are
both.
most Forest without vowel?
Most
have them then.
modern have the vowels, anything that's gonna be like a student edition, but you know, like the Isaiah scrolls or whatever, if you want to read those don't have the Nakud in there. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, that's it's very advanced.
I think I'm behind really yet next week.
Oh, hey, I got this too.
Oh,
That really helped me.
that was Joanne that gave me
Way to
that.
go,
I
Jill.
printed off this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Fill it up.
Okay.
What's that one?
Oh, that was just, yeah, I saw that. So I just printed it, but am I gonna do it?
Oh. I'm not doing this. I don't have time to spring things.
I don't need to do that in my phone. That was helpful. All right, 2 days.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so
Wow, is the
Anything
weather
else?
supposed to be good?
I don't know, it's been raining a lot lately.
Today
Better
or
check.
tomorrow.
They're coming tomorrow to talk about the house, and we had a leak, so our runs, but I could lay it down and we couldn't eat inside of it.
No, let's go outside.
Oh, we got a pretty, nice setting in that.
Mhm.
Can't even
If
think of
not,
what
we
I'm
can
doing.
come in the house.
Mhm.
Even though it's a mess.
Yeah, everyone voted for you to bring our set.
I heard that. I listened to. I
The
listened
video.
to it, and I thought, okay,
Okay.
where's the recipe that I found?
Hey,
I got it,
guys,
right
What?
here. I'll bring it.
Is it supposed to rain?
88 on Tuesday.
Oh, that'd be a nice.
Sunshiny.
Yeah,
That means it will be 88 out in your
Yeah, I
yard when
know.
we're there.
Well, we'll be in the shade.
Under the trees. It's nice.
yeah.
And if it's too hot, we can go in, except our air conditioner works, so it's cooler outside, and 88 and 90 in the house.
Yeah, we
I'll
don't
Get it fixed by Tuesday.
have AC in our houses or whatever, so I'm like, I'm just dying.
So,
Oh, it says 85. maybe.
I'm thinking I'll cook meat and funeral potato.
I think my mom was gonna bring like some like scalloped potato
Oh,
kind of thing or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Just do the meat. That's good enough for me.
What kind of meat?
We said that we talked about
whatever.
this.
Brisket, is what I heard on them.
Brisket?
That's what I heard when I listened to
Roast
it.
beef.
Yeah, just like a roast beef or something.
Brisket, okay.
Roast beef
Mhm.
sounds good.
I think I'll do Uncle Phil's, that's good.
Whatever goes good with horseradish.
Are you bringing the horseradish or?
Yeah, I'll bring all the stuff that's like on the Seder plate, so the horseradish, except for harasep,
I found.
but like the
some-
egg and all that.
So what else
Yeah, do we need dessert or what are we
What
still needing?
else do you want me to bring?
No, I thought I'd get that lemon cake again.
Is Leah coming?
Yeah, and I think she said that she was gonna bring some of the juice.
Okay, good, perfect.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. What do you want me to bring?
We need a salad.
Yeah, salad, dessert.
I'll do salad.
Green salad. I've got stuff to make, you just come in and make it.
No, I can do it. You don't need to do it from now.
You're a party planner, it's good.
Yeah.
So am I, but
So meat,
Yeah.
salad,
He said, who was that girl you're talking to on the patio? He said, what girl? And I said, what girl? She said, that girl. I said, oh, that was Tess Hubman. She came to talk about Relief Society. No, that wasn't her. It was last night and you were talking to her. She brought 2 kids with her.
That was me?
It was you.
Oh dear.
well, that's the next question. Is Ken gonna be there? Should I bring Scott?